Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Wow, we got a right mess of a video to go through today. You probably would have heard for the last couple of days, there is some craziness surrounding Borderlands 3. I did a podcast yesterday, I briefly touched on the hashtag boycott Borderlands 3. Going to go further into this today. So to kind of keep in the loop of what was going on, I haven't done a video yet until now because I thought there was more stuff to come, and lo and behold, it came very, very quickly indeed, ladies. So there's this YouTuber here called Submato, and he put up a video either yesterday or the day before where he discusses that a couple of weeks ago, 2 days, he had a couple of suits turn up at his house claiming that they were there on behalf of or from Take-Two Interactive, and they wanted to discuss Borderlands 3, and specifically how he had managed to acquire certain confidential, unreleased Borderlands 3 material. Now, he could have told them to go away because they're not an official organisation. They can't get a warrant and come into your house or anything like that. Private investigators can't do that. They have to go through the law if they want access to places. And he chose to let them in. And he says he had a 30 to 40 minute discussion with them about how he had, or about these informations. I don't want to put words into his mouth. Now, he claims that the way that he managed to obtain this Borderlands 3 information was when they did a stream talking about like a Twitch extension or something. They actually saw some of the accounts and were able to somehow wrangle their way in to get some Borderlands info from there, Borderlands 3 info from there. He then claims that he has had 7 copyright strikes from 2K CMS on his account. However, they removed 6 of them, so his account was safe, his channel was safe, but had left 1 up on one of the videos. He then says that 20 minutes or so after the investigators has left his property, his Discord server was pulled down and banned for providing hacks or stuff like that to people. So he wanted to apologise to his community there. He then went on to say he didn't know what he was going to do right now, whether or not he was going to continue to make videos, not continue to make videos. He had uninstalled Borderlands and wanted to step away at least for a few weeks from the game itself because he'd been dealing with it for such a considerable amount of time. And maybe not, he would come back for Borderlands 3 in September. So that's what we got. So there was a lot of kind of knee-jerk reaction to this. And this is probably where my take is going to go slightly differently from other people's, but it kind of probably come back on track a little bit later. Whereas there's a lot of like blow up now. People going, oh, sending goons around to people's houses and all this kind of stuff. Now, the verbiage which Mato uses in his video is actually incorrect to start with. He says that 2 people trespassed on his property. Well, that's not actually true. 2 people came to his house and asked if they could come in and discuss something with him. If he had turned them away and said, no, please leave my property, and they had stuck around, they would be trespassing. You're not trespassing if you're walking up to somebody's door and knocking on their door asking, hi, I've got a parcel with you. I've got this, I've got a letter for you. Hi, I've come round because I hear that you're selling a bird cage. So it's kind of, you saw what direction he wanted to go in. And people were very quick to immediately side with him. Now, more information has come out because, like I said, this is one person's take on it, and I don't think all the information was there. And I think the way that the statement he gave was put across, he was purposely admitting certain pieces. Lo and behold, the next day, because this was released on the 6th, we get some further information. IGN had reached out to Take-Two and had received some further details relating to his channel. Now, the further details went into the fact that the confidential information that he had released about Borderlands 3 was going back way further than the actual reveal trailer and getting access for seeing the dev counts, whatever, through the trailer. It went further back, which led them to believe there was an additional leak somewhere, that somebody was feeding him information about the product, or he was somehow acquiring information about the product itself. Now, you've got to bear in mind, we have to bear in mind here, that AAA, particularly AAA video games, are potentially billion-dollar businesses, as we've seen. Borderlands is a very anticipated title. It's been a long time since Borderlands 2. People have been desperate for Borderlands 3, and it's coming up much quicker than many of us had guessed. And so they are desperate to protect this IP. They're desperate to protect the secrets and the revelations. Now, what they reveal, people obviously are free to talk about whatever. But when somebody starts to discuss confidential, unreleased information, then we get into a grey area, right? Then we get into a grey area. If I was suddenly to release a video saying, haha, I have all the details about World of Warcraft patch 9.0. I've had them all leaked to me. It's going to be about this. It's going to be about that. And let's just say what I say corresponds to exactly what happens. I'm pretty damn sure Activision Blizzard are going to want to know how the hell I managed to get my hands on that material, where the leak was in the chain that allowed that information to be passed on to myself to reveal. Because now I'm giving away secrets. I'm potentially maybe disappointing people with reveals, which could affect purchases, sales, etc., etc. So there's a lot at stake when it comes to AAA games. Sending a couple of private investigators around to somebody's house is almost comical. I don't see it as threatening. I see it as comical, to be perfectly honest with you, because you almost know that that information is going to get back out there. It's going to get out into the wilderness. And it's going to shine a light on what's going on, and it's just going to, we've said it many times, create the Streisand effect. It's going to create the Streisand effect where people are looking very, very carefully, like we are now, at what is going on. But there's actually a little bit more to this information. You see, what looks like could happen, this is the way that I see things. This guy is releasing confidential stuff. Also, the Discord server that was shut down, apparently he was charging £5 access to this Discord server, and then either revealing more information about the Borderlands 3, etc., etc. So that's why Discord shut him down. Apparently he was already under investigation, not just by 2K, but by Discord and by others. It looks like the investigations were by Twitch as well, in conjunction with each other. Because 2K have said this is an investigation that had been going on for approximately 8 months or something like that. So it looks like they had tapped up Discord, tapped up Twitch as well, and the investigation was between, you know, these companies as well. They were aiding in this investigation. But what looks like could happen, these couple of investigators, Bonnie and Clyde, Laurel and Hardy, have come round to this person's house. They've questioned them. They've probably been, by the sounds of it, satisfied enough that, you know, we think we know how this is happening. Or maybe not got what they wanted, but decided, right, we'll pull down these Borderlands 3 videos. We'll issue copyright strikes on them, 7, on videos that we can copyright strike because they're revealing confidential information which could be protected by an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And therefore, if it goes out there, you're breaching the NDA, you're breaching the terms of it, and you are actionable because of this, depending on how the NDA has been set up. So it looks like they threatened him with 7 strikes, but released 6 of them, saying, we can pull your account down, because you only need 3, I think it's 3 copyright strikes to go through, and you're out on YouTube. So it looked like they'd dropped these copyright strikes, then relinquished 6 of them, kept the 1, because it will affect certain elements of his YouTube channel as well. And it looked like a threat to say, hey, we have the power to pull down your channel, so watch it. He then comes out 2 weeks later and reveals all of this information. So from 2K Games' perspective, it almost looks like we have spent a lot of resources investigating this guy, how he got his information, yada, yada, yada. I don't think this guy's been completely straight. I think there are absolutely things that he's withholding, that he's not telling people. Absolutely do. And they came to the conclusion at the end of the day, we'll give him some sort of warning, some sort of, shot across the bow, so to speak, in terms of the informations and how he's acquired these informations. So when he's now revealed exactly what 2K have done, to then it seems like he is positioning himself as the victim here, because obviously massive corporation, singular YouTuber. He's positioning himself as the victim in this situation, and he's the one that's garnering, this support, this hashtag Borderlands 3, and maybe they've just gone, screw him, right, we'll nuke him. And they've issued a further 63 copyright strikes on his channel. Now, I don't know how many of those copyright strikes are truly actionable. But we already got a good idea that if they could shut his channel down regardless, because of the actionable ones on the Borderlands 3, this 63 is saying, we're nuking your channel, mate. We're nuking you out of existence. It's not a good look. I know it's not a good look. Even if the guy isn't being as truthful and as honest as I think it appears, I think there are things that he is hiding. It isn't a good look for a massive company to literally just step on and squish a small YouTuber. When I say small, anything compared to a multi-billion-dollar company is small. But you also understand, you got to understand the business with this Borderlands 3 as well. The amount of copies, and we're talking millions upon millions of copies that are going to be sold of this game. They are protecting their property as best as possible, giving this property the best possible chance of selling as many copies as they can without somebody releasing confidential information, and obviously giving their specific one-sided opinion, their subjective opinion on that content itself. Now, as regards to hashtag boycott Borderlands 3, but that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work one jot. Borderlands 3 is going to live and die by how good the game is. It is a desired game. A very desired game. And it's going to live and die about how good it actually is. And if it's a crap game, it's going to not do so well. And if it's a great game, it's going to sell a bazillion copies. What I have seen from the official release material, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on the game itself. But I think this hashtag boycott Borderlands 3 is an overreaction, because I'm not convinced that we're getting the full story from Submato. I understand that it's a very bad look for 2K. Do not get me wrong. It looks like a very much a bullying tactic. We gave this guy some leeway to keep his mouth shut and just get on with stuff. He decided to open his mouth and make a statement, so we're going to nuke him down because he's revealed what we did. Not a good look. Not a good look at all, especially when he got Randy Dickface on, right up there as well. So, yeah. I think it's a fiasco. I think it's a mess. I think it's a mess on all sides. I don't think it was probably a wise thing for the guy to make a statement on this. I think if he put it this way, if he wanted to continue to operate, this was a perfect chance for him to just get his nose clean, you know? Okay, keep my nose clean. Let's get on with some Borderlands content creation, you know, Borderlands 2, whatever, other stuff that he's done should be okay. But in doing this and revealing this, which has got to be quite embarrassing for the company as well, they've just decided to nuke the crap out of him, which isn't good. Must stress, isn't good at all. So what happens as regards to this? Well, you can fight the copyright strikes, obviously. You can appeal the copyright strikes. And 2K can certainly relinquish some of them, as they already have, as they relinquished 6 of the first 7. But if they want to stand their ground on any of the Borderlands 3 videos, and it looks like he, of his own volition, has deleted a ton of the Borderlands 3 videos that he did, then if there are any others that contain, you know, information which is meant to be confidential, and they can keep those copyright strikes on, they can remove that channel. Sad but true, people. So yeah, I mean, I know this is, you know, I've seen videos on this, and I've seen very much people getting their pitchforks out and going straight. But I think there's, like Transformers, there's more here than meets the eye. I don't think, you know, I don't think we're getting the full information from him. I think we're getting very select information from him. And I think the reaction from 2K Games may reflect that. We gave him a chance, and, yeah, we'll see. You know, maybe there was more to come to this story. Who knows? You know, this guy could be St. Francis of Assisi, for all I know, and he's absolutely on the level as regards to stuff. But I got a feeling this isn't quite it, and there may be a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more truth might come out. We'll see. So wow, I find it fascinating myself. I'm going to link this IGN article in the description box. Read it through, because this is the information that's come out from 2K after he's released his statement. Then, of course, today we've had the 63 additional copyright strikes. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up. Oh, ladies. And also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.